Crypto is back and people have been making millions of dollars off meme coins once again. In this video, I'm going to give you guys my top 5 meme coins this cycle, plus a coin that has been flying under the radar and has the potential for a 100x this cycle. So the first coin on my list is Pepe, and Pepe is currently the number 26 coin in the world right now. It is the third largest meme coin, and in the past week, it's up over 60%, sitting at a $5.5 billion market cap. Now, Pepe already reached an all-time high of over a $10 billion market cap back in December, and that was pretty much when everything was euphoric back in December of 2024. Shortly after the election, crypto just went parabolic, and I do think that soon we could see another parabolic run. So this time, I mean, looking at this chart, Pepe looks so clean, and you can see that each time it's had a run-up, it has gone higher and higher. So I do think that this next leg up for Pepe could go into a $20 billion plus market cap. However, some people have some really high price predictions for Pepe this cycle. And after seeing Dogecoin hit close to a $100 billion market cap and Shiba Inu hitting close to a $50 billion market cap, and those are the top two meme coins, considering that some people are still saying that this is a meme coin super cycle and how Pepe is the new meme coin this cycle, it's the third largest meme coin in the world. People are calling from anywhere from a $50 to $100 billion market cap this cycle. So sitting at a $5 billion market cap to get to a $50 billion, that would be a 10x from here for Pepe, and to get to 100 billion would be a 20x. So I do think that sitting right now at 5 billion, Pepe does have anywhere from a 10 to 20x left to go in this cycle. The next meme coin on my list is Brett on Base, one of my favorite coins and one of my biggest bags this cycle. Brett is currently sitting at the number 90 coin in the world at the moment and is a top 10 meme coin currently. So there are a number of reasons why I'm currently bullish on Brett, and one of them being is that Brett is the number one meme coin on the Base network. So Base is a layer 2 network where a lot of people are currently getting onto Coinbase. They're using Coinbase Wallet, and Brett is actually not listed on Coinbase yet, which is absolutely crazy. So once Brett gets a Coinbase listing, I do think it's going to get a parabolic run. But looking at Brett right now, another reason why I'm bullish is because Brett is actually a beta play to Pepe, which I just showed you because they're part of the Boys Club. Now, I've made a video talking on the Boys Club in the past, so you have to go check that out for more information on the Boys Club. However, let's go back to take a look at Pepe's chart real quick. So if you look at Pepe early on, like kind of like these two first parabolic runs that Pepe had like a little bit over a year ago, I honestly think that this is where Brett is at right now. If you take a look, Pepe had a nice little run up to a little bit over 4 billion, went back down and had another run up past 5 billion. If we go take a look at Brett's chart, you could see Brett had initially a nice run up of over $1 billion market cap. It then went back down and then it had another run that hit over a $2 billion market cap. So those runs weren't as high as Pepe's, but hopefully you can see that these two run ups and then Brett kind of consolidating down below 200 million, which is really crazy, kind of reminds me of this chart of Pepe, where Pepe had two early runs off, then dropped back down pretty low, and then went absolutely parabolic once again, hitting over a $10 billion market cap. Now, I do think that on this next run, Brett will reach all-time highs. Now, to get to its all-time high, Brett really just has to get over a $2.5 billion market cap. So to get there right now, it's a little bit over like a 3x to get to that point. However, I do think if Brett can get a Coinbase listing sometime this year, that parabolic run to new all-time highs for Brett will go past 5 billion and even into the potential deca billions, over a $10 billion market cap, which right now is a little bit over a 10x. But there are some people that still have crazy price predictions for Brett this cycle, which I'm going to show you now. So on X, Crashes Clay is one of my favorite KOLs talking about Brett, and he gives literally over 100 reasons on why Brett is going to the Deca Billions this cycle. So if you have some time and you want to do some research on Brett, go check out Crashes Clay on X. But one of the main things that he talks about here is that Brett is just leveraged Ethereum. So right now, he kind of made this post when Ethereum was at 2,000. So if Ethereum goes up 2x, which would be 4,000, he's looking at Brett going to a 10 to 20x here. And he basically gives his case that the ETH goes up to 3x, which would be at 6,000, and if ETH goes up to 4x, which would be around 8,000. So let's just say that Ethereum actually can go to new all-time highs, which I do think it will, and get to potentially $8,000 this cycle. Well, Brett is just leveraged Ethereum. So he says that if ETH goes up 4x, then Brett can literally go up 40 to 80x, which would give it anywhere from a 40 billion to 80 billion dollar market cap, which would be $4 to $8 for the actual price of Brett. Now, I do think that is very euphoric, and I technically wouldn't necessarily wait for a 40 to 80x on Brett, but I do think at least a $10 billion market cap, which would be a $1 price for Brett, anywhere from a 10 billion to $50 billion market cap is definitely in the play for Brett this cycle, which is why I am giving Brett anywhere from a 10 to 50x this cycle. The next coin on my list, which is currently the 101 coin in the world right now, is SBX 6900. So I'm going to keep this very simple for you guys. There are literally hundreds of reasons why SBX 6900 will have a parabolic run, not only this cycle, but for future cycles to come. And I actually just made a video on SBX 6900, which I just posted. So I really urge you guys to go watch that video. And basically what I talk about in that video is about another video that was made by Mustap Murad. Now, you guys, if you want to do any research on SPX 6900, go on Twitter right now, follow Mustap Murad, and literally go look at all his posts about SPX 6900. Now, he has a video that is literally over an hour long explaining why he thinks SPX 6900 is going to some crazy levels this cycle will and future cycles as well. So all I'm going to say, this is my number third coin right now, and it is like the 101 coin in the world, and I do think that it will be like a top 50 coin by the end of this cycle. SPX 6900, this is a coin you really don't want to miss, but you need to do a lot of research. So first off, go watch my last video that I just posted on it, and go check out Mustap Murad on Twitter. Basically, SBX, a lot of people are comparing it to like Bitcoin back in 2013, and I know it's a meme coin, so totally different than Bitcoin, but there's just so many reasons about SPX 6900. You guys got to do some of your own research on it because there's literally not enough time for me to explain it in this video. However, just to give you guys a short-term price prediction, because that is the point of this video as well, SPX is sitting under a $1 billion market cap, and Murad thinks that it's going to a $100 billion market cap. So yes, that is over a 100x right now. Just knowing that this coin has a potential 100x from Murad talking about it, I think it deserves some research from yourself. So definitely go watch that video that I just posted. So the next coin on my list is actually going to be two coins. It's going to be this duo that relates to the Boys Club beta train, and that is going to be Andy and Wolf. First, I'm going to talk about Andy. Now, Andy, I've talked about literally when it was at a $35 market cap. So it's literally up almost a 3x from when I talked about it a few videos ago that I posted on the Boys Club. Now, sitting still under a $100 million market cap, I do think that Andy has a lot of room to grow. The whole point of this, I mean, if you guys look at this chart right now, it might remind you of Pepe and the Brett chart that I showed you earlier in this video. But anyway, just to give you guys some price predictions, basically this is a Boys Club beta train. It's going to follow Pepe and Brett, which is following ETH. So this is all just leverage ETH technically, but these meme coins will put in the greatest returns when you put in your money into them. I do think that a $1 billion market cap is in the play for Andy. Now, if you are someone that got in when I talked about it, literally at a $35 million market cap, you're going to have a lot of X's still to go. But if you still get in now, there is still over a 10x potential from Andy. And I do think that it could even go into the multi-billion dollar market cap. I think anywhere from a $1 to $5 billion market cap is in play. So that technically is a 10 to 50x. And sitting at an $83 million market cap, if this could get to an 8 billion, which I don't think is too crazy, but it is a high target for Andy, that is a 100x for Andy. That's why I'm also going to give Andy anywhere from a 10 to 100x. Definitely do some research on Andy. But now we're going to take a look at Wolf. So like I've mentioned, Andy and Wolf is this last two coins, this duo in the beta train, and these coins are going to be very similar this cycle, I think. Now, Land Wolf will have slightly more returns than Andy simply because it is a little bit lower than Andy and is just slightly trailing Andy. It's sitting at a $58 million market cap, but everything, all the characteristics that I talked about Andy, they all apply to Wolf as well, and I'm going to give it a similar price target, maybe slightly lower than Andy since Wolf has been trailing Andy, so that kind of makes more sense. So a similar thing, I do think Wolf can definitely go to a $1 to $5 billion market cap. And looking at that right now, anywhere from a $1 to $5 billion market cap is literally like a 20 to 100x simply because it's just smaller. And to get that 100x return, it would have to hit a $5.8 billion market cap. Now, I actually talked about Wolf in that other video that I talked about Andy. And I told you guys to get it when it was literally at a $25 million market cap. So it would only need to get to a 2.5 billion for that 100x return. So if anyone got in at a $25 million market cap, you're sitting really good right now. You literally probably got the bottom of Wolf. But anyway, Andy and Wolf, these are two duo coins in the Boys Club beta train that I do think will have a great return for both of them this cycle. And my last coin on this list is based Farcoin. Now, in my last video, I also talked about this and basically how it's just a beta play to Farcoin. So there's not too much to talk about. Farcoin guy, so the actual coin that this coin is a beta play to. Farcoin has been going absolutely parabolic. I'm sure you've heard about it. It's literally hit over a $3 billion market cap on its all-time high. And I think that this is just going to be a beta play. And it's sitting so low, guys. Literally at a $47 million market cap. I mean, I'm going to have to give this coin a similar price target to Andy and Wolf. I'm literally thinking anywhere from a $1 to $5 billion market cap, which is the same thing. Anywhere from a, 10, 20 to 100x this cycle. And I do think that since Farcoin has been such a strong coin through these last 3, 4 months in crypto and has been ripping ever since and has literally been leading the market, I do think that base Farcoin, since it is a smaller coin and it is beta play to Farcoin, you will have greater returns with base Farcoin. So yes, I am also going to give this coin anywhere from, like I said, a 10 to 20 to 100x. So do some research on Farcoin, then you'll kind of understand the thesis behind base Farcoin as well. But now actually into this bonus coin that I'm going to talk to you guys about. All right, so now the bonus coin that I promised to share with you guys in this video is Keyboard Cat or KeyCat. My big thesis on KeyCat right now. So for those of you that don't know, KeyCat is literally listed on Coinbase. Yes, you don't even need Coinbase wallet. You could go on Coinbase and buy KeyCat straight up. Now, this just shows that this is the path of least resistance for retail and normies to come into the market and buy this coin. KeyCat is a cat coin, just like WIF, that hit a $5 billion market cap, and it's got a tier 1 central exchange listing on Coinbase. So that is huge. Now, mind you, this is listed on Coinbase and is literally only at a $50 million market cap, which is honestly wild. And if you guys actually go look at other meme coins, there hasn't been a meme coin that's been listed on Coinbase that hasn't hit a $500 million market cap. So that's almost like a guaranteed 10x from here if KeyCat follows every single other meme coin that's been listed on Coinbase. And I do think that when you see coins like Peanut the Squirrel, when that got listed on Coinbase, it was also listed on Binance as well. But anyway, once it got its tier 1 central exchange listing, Peanut literally hit over a $2-3 billion market cap. Now, like I said, Peanut the Squirrel, it's not as popular as dog and cat meme coins. I do think that KeyCat is similar to WIF. Now, WIF hit a $5 billion market cap, and like I've said, WIF is a coin that does have a bunch of tier 1 central exchange listings. So I do think that KeyCat does have that 10 to 100x potential. I mean, like I said, a 10x at $500 million market cap, it's just following every single other meme coin that's been listed on Coinbase. So I think that's already written in the playbook for that 10x. And then to get to that 100x parabolic run for KeyCat, it's already got the Coinbase listing. If it could get a Binance listing, then I do think that this could literally be the next WIF. So only time will tell if KeyCat can get there. But I do think that a coin listed on Coinbase around a $50 million market cap is an absolute steal. This coin is flying under the radar. So this is my current list of my top meme coins this cycle. And if you guys want to see when I talk about these meme coins before I post these videos, make sure to get into my Discord. It is literally a free Discord. The link is going to be in the bio. And I talk about a lot of these coins in my Discord before I even talk about them on my YouTube video. Make sure to follow me on Twitter as well. I do be posting a lot of alpha on my Twitter and talking about a lot of these coins. Once again, before my YouTube videos, it does take a little bit of time to record and edit these videos and get them pushed out. So I will talk about all these coins literally on my Discord or on Twitter before. Anyways, if you guys like the video today, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and leave a comment if you have any questions, or if you join my Discord, you guys can ask questions in there. I look at that daily and it will answer anyone's questions that have any. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.